What's up, YouTube? Reezonocz back again with part 2 of my wrestling update. And last time we left it off, we were talking about TNA and the direction they're going in, how they have a focus right now on every single title belt with the exception of the TV title. And last time I left it off, I talked about the emphasis on the world title, the emphasis on the tag team titles, the emphasis on the X Division title. Now there's an emphasis on the women's title and on the women's knockout title, like a hardcore emphasis. That's what when a wrestling company has a promotion, has an emphasis every week on every single belt or the majority of their belts, that's good for business. That makes you want to watch. It makes every match that you're watching, for the most part, relevant and important and not just for entertainment's sake. The women's title right now, we got Mickie James challenging Gail Kim at Genesis for that Knockouts title. And in the last couple of weeks, we've had run-ins and brush-ins with both of them, whether it be in tag titles, like tag matches like it was last night, or, backstage jumpings or whatnot. Last night they had a great Knockouts tag match between Madison Rayne and Gail Kim, the Knockout Tag Champions, and Mickie James and Tracy Brooks. And Mickie James is the challenger for Gail Kim's Knockout title. Gail Kim is one half the Knockout Tag Champs and also the Knockout Champion. That's going to be a great match because that's the two best knockouts right now, wrestling-wise, in the promotion, going at it for the richest prize in their division. Right now, I mean, let's be honest. Who does WWE have that's a worthy women's wrestler? I think Eve Torres is a hell of an athlete. Is she a good wrestler? No. Athletic as can be and can get there one day if she trains more. But is she a great wrestler? No. Kelly, Jesus Christ, please. Who else, man? The Bellas are just beautiful to look at. What else? Give me some. Beth Phoenix, please. Just because she's built like a tank doesn't mean she's a good wrestler. Natalia, is that her name? Natalia? Natasha Bret Hart's niece or whatnot? She's alright. She's pretty good. That's about it. But, TNA has a hell of a women's division, and heading up that women's division, you have Mickie James and Gail Kim, two of the greatest women wrestlers of all time. I mean, let's be real. In the last, well, at least in the current generation, two of the greatest, and they're going at it for the championship at the pay-per-view. Then you got the Knockout Tag titles. Gail Kim, the Knockout Champion, is also one half of the Knockout Tag Champs, like I said, and she's holding on Madison Rayne, and they've been defending those titles consistently for the last 2 or 3 weeks. So they have an emphasis. They have this momentum. They're just on all cylinders clicking. Now, where I will fault TNA is the TV title could be so much more than this obscure belt that we never see and that never gets defended. I am a TNA fan, die hard, and I am ashamed. I'm not ashamed, because really they haven't focused on it at all. So I'm not ashamed to tell you that as a TNA fan, I don't know what the TV champion was. I thought it was Eric Young, but then he lost it. I don't remember who he lost it to. Who the hell is a TV champion, number one? Number two, why haven't we seen this dude defend his belt in eons? And number three, what does the TV title even mean anymore? TNA has a real, again, that's spec, I'm sorry. TNA has a very good opportunity to take this TV title, which was the Global Championship, which was the Legends Championship, and all those other names. It's a television championship. Okay, TNA has a great chance to take that belt and make it what the Intercontinental belt is, or was, I should say, to the WWE, and what the United States title was in WCW. Those two titles were stepping stones or step-up belts to the World Championship. They were very important. The Intercontinental Championship back in the day was prestigious. The United States Heavyweight Championship in WCW was prestigious. You talking about Intercontinental? Let's just go down the list. Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Randy Savage, just off the top of my head. So many great, Rick Rude, so many great Intercontinental champions, Mr. Perfect, throughout time, that ended up becoming world champions. But had it not been for that first step into the Intercontinental Championship, they probably would have never been moved up to the main event title picture. WCW, Diamond Dallas Page, perfect example. Constant United States champion. One day that moved them up into the world title picture. Raven, United States champion. Chris Jericho, United States champion and television champion. Sting was the United States champion. So many of them, bro. I think Randy Savage at one point was the United States champion. Those were prestigious step-up titles. TNA should be focusing on making that television championship the next belt under the world title. You would have the world championship, then you would have the television championship. The title holder of the television championship, if he holds it successfully and defends it on a nice, long, credible run, should be next in line for a world title shot. That's what they should be doing, but again, that's where I fault them. They're not focusing on that belt at all. Now, are they trying to X that belt out and get rid of it? If that's the case, then just do it. Take it off the website. Take it off everything that has to do with TNA. So we're no longer waiting for a television championship match. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing with TNA right now. I think they're doing a very good job. I think as far as their writing goes, like I said, WWE is, in my opinion, has a lot better storylines, better creative direction than TNA. But as far as the in-ring product, I'm sorry. I mean, you guys can debate with me till you're blue in the face, and I will respect you, and I will listen to your opinions, and I will rebuttal, and we can go back and forth until one of us concedes. But I'm going to tell you right now, to me, you cannot deny the in-ring work of WWE versus TNA. TNA is superior. And the in-ring work, the in-ring action, TNA is better. TNA's got a better roster. It's like I've said before in other videos, WWE has so many people on that roster. And when you have too much of anything, too many wrestlers, too many athletes, too many stars, too many whatever. Me, for example, I'll be honest with you. I have so many games, so many video games. Same scenario there. When you have so much of one thing, the probability and the chance to have mediocre to less than mediocre quality grows because you have so much more. If you only got 5 people in a room, you have a better chance. That's a bad example. Let me just use let's just say wrestlers. Let's say you have a company and you got 50 wrestlers on your roster. Okay? You have a less, and you're smart about who you hire. You're not just hiring any old body. You have a less probability of having sorry-ass wrestlers and whack talent in your roster than somebody who's got 500 wrestlers on their roster. You know, that's just an example. But what I'm saying is the more you have of anything, the bigger your chances to have least and mediocre to mediocre quality. Same thing, look at the PS2. People wonder why I don't like the PS2. Oh, it's the greatest system. PS2 has so many horrible games. Yeah, it had some gems, but it has so many damn games on that system. The entire library for PS2 is in the thousands. That the probability for sorry-ass games grows. The probability for your Barbie games, your Barney games, your Disney games that have nothing to do with, the cool Disney character. No, just sorry-ass games, the probability grows. Same thing with wrestlers. You got a lot of wrestlers in the same roster. The probability for your Santino Morellas and your Hornswoggles grows. You know what I'm saying? So, in-ring work, you can't argue with me. You can try and we can reason back and forth and whatnot, but I think TNA has the better in-ring work, better roster. But the thing about WWE is WWE will always win unless TNA is around long enough and gets enough of a fan base, and that's going to be near to impossible to do, because what WWE has going for them is tradition, history, production value, money. All right? Dixie Carter is rich off her ass, but she is not as rich off her ass as Vince McMahon. And all the other people who own WWE, the freaking CEOs and the committee that owns WWE, they are all so broke off that Dixie Carter is a flash in the pan compared to them money-wise. So that's to me why TNA probably will never get there as far as beating WWE, but it doesn't mean they can't be around and they can't be relevant. And right now, what I feel that they're doing, with their shows, with their Impact show. First of all, I'll put it this way. Impact is my favorite wrestling show, but I would be the first to say that Impact always sucks when it's the go-home show before pay-per-view. Always. It always is garbage. I have to force myself to watch it when it's the go-home show. Last night was the go-home show, and last night was amazing. Last night's show was great from beginning to end. I'll just highlight real quick in the minute that I have left the matches last night, so you tell me. Just before I even go into these matches, just the matches themselves. Tell me this is not good. Kurt Angle versus RVD. I'm sorry, not Kurt Angle versus RVD. RVD versus RVD versus Gunner. Great match. Kurt Angle, Robert Roode, and Bully Ray versus Abyss, Jeff Hardy, and James Storm in a 6-man tag main event. Amazing. The Knockouts tag match. Gail Kim and Madison Rayne versus Tracy Brooks and Mickie James. Great. The tag final, Samoa Joe and Magnus versus AJ Styles and Kaz. Great. So, in short, I think TNA is doing really good right now as far as for what I want to see as a wrestling fan and what I think makes sense. WWE's constant. They're doing good. They've been doing good for a little while now. So, I'm really excited to be a wrestling fan right now, and y'all should too. My time is up. I hope you like this update. Please hit me up, holler, leave comments, subscribe. God bless.